Welcome, guys. Sunday the 13th. Unlucky number. Fortunately, it's not Friday. I hope everyone is doing well with the all-time high again. Take some nice big profits. Happy days. And up it is, I guess. We still didn't broke anything, and it doesn't show up that we're gonna do anything big and major movements so far. But I just want to point out some obvious things. Most of the people might forgot about them or not even pay attention anymore. Just because we are on time high, we still can do some bigger movements, right? So let's dive into it. So far, long and short, obviously 66 against 33. So major shorts. We still are pushing higher, and we still can go higher. Obviously, there is some room to run, but there is as well some room for correction and a pullback, right? Obvious. I just really want to see the new week start and Monday open, how this might flip or even might go a little bit higher. Nothing major, but there might be some movement into it. Just because people are starting to long the breakouts, especially right now, second all-time high already in a row. So we might see some change a little bit into it, but it's a little bit more to that only than only a long and short ratio. Ratio Self is a little bit higher. It's 49 against 50, so it's middling again. So I'm not really caring much about that one. It's just the accounts that are short or long. So that's obvious. Let's have a look what Monday's gonna do on that one. Let's go on the heat map. So eventually what we did, we took the on the lower time frame, right? Liquidity, all that big in juicy pocket, it's been taken before 120. We didn't reach 120 fully. Depends on the exchange as well. It depends on the chart, but definitely we didn't get that close on 120. So right now we're just having a small pullback on that one, and going to a mid time frame ish. Still, there is some little bit more upside to gap, and that's fine. We still can go higher. Up it is. We didn't break anything major. We didn't lose any levels specific. But like how you see, we still have build up of massive longs below us or liquidity to take out, right? So that's quite appealing, much more right now than going higher into the blue sky breakout for not that much of liquidity. Technically, it's just running higher just because of the pressure and volatility, but we still can do some. They can grab liquidity to the downside, and on the highest time frame, not gonna be that much change. Yeah, we're just getting inside that pocket, and let's see how we're gonna hold that or retrace a little bit lower to grab the 1 of 15. But I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later on the Bitcoin chart. So far, so good. Up it is. Then the obvious one, of course, we're getting quite overbought on most of the coins, and we're getting into the area that we are really overheated. So if you're gonna see any major break structure to the downside, then yeah, a pullback or a retracement or a little correction is in place. That's for sure. We are quite going into the overbought zone, and yeah, you see it's changing quite heavily, and most of them are on the average area, neutral, and some of them didn't even move at all. But who cares about that right now? Then alt season, the most spoken alt season. We are kind of is getting into the middle of it, but we still having some room to go higher, of course. And possibility it is that we're gonna spike up if the other dominant is gonna fail and break to the downside. So that's one. Yes, we are waiting for it again. So pay attention to it. Either way, we're gonna do something like this over here. One more leg up, retrace, and then the full blow off of it. Still possible. It's all depending how the market's gonna behave. So we still have quite a room to run. Not much said right now. Just a small push to the upside. Some of the coins did really well already. Some didn't yet. Some still struggling. So there is still some things to do on the bigger scale on it, right? So pay attention to that one. Might be obvious, might be not, but I just want to point it out that there is still some room to run. So either way, if you feel FOMO in, I mean, there's nothing to worry. There is still some possibilities to catch the longs or whatever if you are not already in the spot or you're not already in a trade. Nothing lost yet, right? So don't panic. don't get the FOMO in just because everyone is tweeting about it or talking about it that we broke out. Yes, that's just Bitcoin that broke out, and some of the coins did major movements, but against 90% of the market still can go do better things. So, looking at the bits, technically, let's zoom out, and above us, there is not much laying above us. Some of the bits around 129, 121-ish area. So, but that's nothing comparing. Locally, we are having one small bits placement around 450-ish. Bitcoin around 120. We front run that one, and we start a little bit retracing on it. Right, so nothing major happening right now. We grabbed the most of it already, what was laying above it. It wasn't the biggest wall, it was just a small bits randomly placed. So far, if we start to break anything to the downside, nothing lost yet till we're not gonna lose 115, right? So eventually over here we have as well the 400-ish bits laying to grab or to hold or to bounce from it. So still, there is a room to go either way, sideways, much more appealing than breaking down and doing the Bart Simpson formation or whatever, right? So nothing lost over here. So now let's have a look on the charts. Going by the whole system, what I'm always doing it. VIX, I'm thinking we're gonna be around ish 40.7 ish area. If not, then lower than that, I'll be more happy to see it. And so far, yeah, we're doing still the same thing. We're going downside in the channel, and let's see if we're gonna even reach the 12. That's gonna be awesome. Lower that is perfect. If we start to regain anything around this 19 area again, so a bigger retracement is in place, or it will be in place eventually. So far, nothing is to see that will happening sooner or later. I'm aiming, if we're gonna start to see on the Wave Master any kind of hidden or regular diversion right now over here in this area, then we're gonna see a pop to the upside, right? Just because every single time we had those ones on the daily, we had a pop to the upside, or in case on the oscillate on the on chain, it happened. So far we're just going lower and we're breaking stuff to the downside. So I'm really hoping we're gonna be around this 14.9 area on Monday. Let's see. Everything can happen. And of course, it's gonna be Monday open tonight technically, and tomorrow is gonna be New York Open for the first week after the all-time high. So volatility, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be massive volume coming in or out or whatever from the market. So be prepared to take anything as a profit or TP in your position if you are already into it, right? So make sure that's your signal as well to be prepared. So not much to say about that one anymore. Hodlbot, right? We had quite a run up as well. So signal worked. We didn't get stopped out, so it's still in a long happily after all of those stops, or people get like confused about it or whatever. Yeah, Hodlbot doesn't work that often good in a range, so that's why most of us using it as a counter trade. But if it breaks out, then yeah, happy you, and then you catch the runner quite early as well. So happy that. Like I said as well, we broke to the upside again, so we create another all-time high. Blue sky breakout or price discovery, how you want to call it. It's just another new price action. So I will always take a little bit more profit on that one. See if we're gonna retrace. If we start to break it to below 117-ish area, right? And if we're gonna close the Hodlbot, you might take a little bit more profit on that one, just because we might go a little bit lower to retest the lows. For that, I'm gonna go and buy some more metrics and see if I can find something interesting for you. I had something in mind as well to show you, but so far that's on the Hodlbot. Make sure you're gonna be prepared to see some volatility from tomorrow on it, right? On the bond metrics as well, we got most of the liquidity, leverage liquidity already. There's some left over, and then we have like big ass dead zone. So I'm not really sure, or I'm not really thinking we're gonna go higher than that. Like I always said, around this 120 area, max 125-ish area, then we might see a retracement, pullback or whatever, correction, and then we're gonna have one more bigger leg up, last one or whatever for Bitcoin, right? Let's make sure that I'm talking right now only about Bitcoin. Let's not confuse people. So either way, bounce from the, I'm really like aiming for 107-ish area as the lowest right now to bounce back and have a bigger leg up, grab the most of the liquidity, and then yeah, that's the point of control as well. Need to change the color because it's right now like cluttered with the 150 x's, but that's what I'm aiming if we start to retrace. But that's only if. Right now it looks toppy as fuck, yes I know, but it still can go higher either from tomorrow or whatever, right? So same over here on the index flow, large caps high as fuck. It is large caps driven market right now. Shitcoins took a little bit, went a little bit higher than that as well, but now we start to retrace. Alts middling. So if we start right now or either way from tomorrow retracing on the Bitcoin, then alts might pop as well a little bit higher, right? So keep that in mind. Be prepared for anything as a take profit or positioning yourself in the right way. Okay. Ecosystem, not much to say. Metaverse took off surprisingly, and memes, of course. So if you are one of those ones who are holding or buying anything from that category, then happy you. Then of course Bitcoin driven market, ETH had as well a nice move, so that's good. Hype as well, and then of course the what was that, Doge, right? That as well run up. I cannot see the label on it, but Dixie as well. So if Dixie start to retrace, then Bitcoin might go higher. If Dixie goes quite more heavily to the upside, then yeah, we might see some retracement on that one as well. Another point that I want to point out, CME, how that's gonna open up. So eventually we are a little bit above that, so we are in the premium as well right now, and that's CME what we're gonna open up from tomorrow or tonight. That's not gonna be big, but we still have a gap below us while we was moving out into the upside on Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure what happened here and why we have that gap, because the market was open, or was there something like was there something like holiday or whatever again? I have no clue, but still there is a gap on the chart, and that's how I'm keeping us a gap. So if you're gonna fill that gap, then we might see any kind of movement like this, right? So that's what I'm aiming for as well. If anything below the daily is gonna close from tomorrow eventually, right? So that's my takeaway if we're gonna start retracing. But so far, there's no point even to short anything because we didn't break anything to the downside. Be aware of it. And technically, just in my opinion, if you are like seriously aiming to ladder in more or heavily on the longs, I would not even bother with shorting. Just wait for the retracement, long the shit out of it, and then take the profits. Right now, it's not even the time to short anything bigger than like not really Bitcoin, but like bigger that you would want to take, because right now you should focusing on longing alts or hype or whatever, right? That's who should be your focus technically. Dixie, I was mentioning that as well. Like it had some pop on the metrics, yeah. So on the, if you look at it daily wise, we still can go a little bit higher on June, May. So if that's gonna happen and we're gonna reach a little bit higher, Bitcoin might retrace, right? So we're gonna see some money flip as well, and then hopefully the only thing that I'm aiming for is this, right? If you're gonna be around 95-ish, then that's gonna be another leg up for Bitcoin. That's gonna be really great. So that's what I'm aiming for. Builder tree, of course, it took off. We didn't literally double top, I guess. Don't want to zoom in that heavily. Yeah, double top it is. Fuck, I'm not gonna bother with that percentage. But yeah, double top, and we might even go a little bit higher as well to pop it and then retrace on the market, and then fully go to reach out to 1.30 trillion, whatever. If we can get that, that would be awesome. Right? Just creating something like this, but I'm bigger. right? So that was the December pop on the alts and everything what we have. One more leg down, and then the whole retracement. So if you're gonna create that same thing, something like this, will be great. Let's see. That's what I'm aiming for. Bags, still same space, same spot, same place, same price as Friday, I guess, or even Tuesday. So not much change on that one. And I mean, daily wise, yeah, still can go higher either way to bother to take say the price to 1% or 2 fully percent still movement on it if Bitcoin starts to retrace, just because the strength is still there. So we might do one more leg up on it, but that's only if Bitcoin's gonna retrace, right? Again, war, I guess, starts again or whatever is popping up. So if you are in the war docs, then happy you. I'm not really bothered to do and trade them. Not really my thing. Timmy, I told about it now as well. Dominance. This is kind of what I'm aiming for right now. Why? Just because we still didn't break anything on dominance. And if we start to recover it and rebounce right now and regain the Q3, then I'm seriously aiming for 69-ish% or 70% to have a bigger retracement from that, right? Why? That's the highest peak what we've been last time, right? After over here. So that's the highest peak. So that's why I'm looking for the bigger retracement. But that's like most less options what I'm looking at. I really want to break first this 63%, right? Have a bounce, fail Q3, and then do the bigger move. Or otherwise, go now and do the bigger move, right? To March. That's what I'm looking. Those two moves, technically. That's what I'm aiming for. And then, and only then, you can say that the whole alt season starts and we're gonna pop all of the coins, most of them. Sunday pump, Monday dump. Yeah, could be. After that whole price movement and what we just did with the Bitcoin, yeah, it's possible. It's not really like a dump. It's more like a retrace, right? Dump we're gonna do when we're gonna be a little bit more in the bear market, but it's more like a retracement, correction, whatever. Because just especially the correction on the CME as well, right? We have a gap into it, so they might fill it, and it's below us, so it's easier to retrace all the weekly and then off you go, right? And do a bigger move or whatever. If not, then start to break some things and then do it again, right? Can be, right? So yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Volume starts to pick up, but it's still nothing like it will used to be. So look for that as well. If that starts to do bigger moves and do seriously like above 4% ish, then yeah, go. Then it's go time again. Nothing major yet. If finally, and I need to say it, congratulations for the ones to hold Eve, because he's doing some moves, bigger ones, and we start to regain this freaking high. So finally we can say it's going hard, and I'm really hoping right now it's gonna do this, right? Either way, higher, something like this. This will be perfect. Either way, it kind of fits the fractal. So yeah. Flip August and of course the yearly, whatever. Hold that, grind a little bit to the side, and then do another pop. So yeah, that would be really awesome. And then you do the all-time high on Eve. That would be really great. But this regain already, that's perfect. That's why I was saying last week as well on Wednesday. We need that. We really need that. I was really skeptical about it because I was a little bit struggling with it. So far, it did its thing. Great stuff. Yes, it's on the daily. It's way oversold, but no matter what, it still can go and have a one more leg up, close above it. That's the only thing what you need. Close above it, retrace, and go higher. Done. Right? Best thing ever what's gonna be. I saw that SMT was moving as well. So far, and yeah, daily, we still can go higher, and I really hope it's gonna go higher just because I want to close it above the Q2. Close that above the Q2. That's gonna be the first major sign for me. after it retrace, we're gonna have a bigger pop, right? But that's the only thing, because I really want to close above this hip over here. Either way, if not, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna start to grind again and then do something like this. Sketchy thing, but yeah, still all right. I guess that's gonna be all on the metrics. Yeah, I think so. So now let's have a look on Bitcoin on the chart. So technically, highest daily open, of course, right? And that's gonna be another one tonight if we're not gonna start to retrace bigger. But monthly, how many we still have 2.5 weeks to go, so a lot of things can happen on it. Yes, I know, trend line, don't worry. Don't give a shit about that. Don't show to Viking. It is what it is. Monthly, freaking high, great. Weekly, same. Weekly close gonna be the highest closed ever what we have. Of course, every single level what's gonna be closing and opening right now above the 112, it's gonna be the highest one. So great stuff. But like I said, it is weekly and a daily close today, right? Or tonight, what's gonna be in 6.5 hour ish area. So anything what we're gonna close right now on that heavy level, and the weekly and the daily level together are quite heavily always. I'm aiming for a small retracement, and that means something like this really will be healthy and to do another leg, right? Or either way, around 112-ish area. You don't need to go that deep, right? I always aim for the levels what it's settled, but still, you don't need to go that deep, right? Either way, we're gonna do 111, right? Fine. Retrace that. And any low what we settle right now, or let's say higher low, it's long only, right? Why? Because first thing first, the first worry level that you want to have if we're gonna break anything, it's below 150, 105 level, and then the second one is gonna be 100 level. So to go there, we seriously need to have a bigger retracement. I'm not really seeing that right now, not in next week or whatever, no matter what kind of numbers we're gonna have it, just because yes, we're gonna have some numbers coming in next week for inflation rate coming in, and monthly, yearly, and yeah, inflation rate and core one, yeah, mostly yearly. So those are gonna be quite important as well. But that's gonna be on 15, right? So what's that? Tuesday. So that's one. Then PPI, monthly ones, retail, right? Sales coming in, and Michigan construction sentiment and building permits. Yeah, so the housing starts. That I'm interested in that as well. So yeah, next week's gonna be volatile. Either way, be careful as well with the weekly open and then going into the numbers. Take some profit on the way. So that's why I'm saying if those numbers coming in, either way, it's gonna be positive or negative. Most of them sometimes as well, like manipulated or like a little bit off, just to look pretty, I guess. So not really like considering going fully on the numbers, but I'm aiming for a retracement, kind of is to this level 111 weekly, maybe previous weekly as well, definitely going lower. Still, I don't care. I will long the shit out of it again. And then either way, from 100k, still longable, but with cautions, right? If you're gonna start to break anything on the daily, that's the most important thing. We don't want to have anything below 100 right now. Otherwise, you just go higher and higher. Only if we start to break 100, then use a retrace, bearish retrace, and that's gonna be your last leg up, right? Daily looks toppy, right? As well, we are kind of heavily oversold as well, and the bots are not really lowering yet. So that's why I'm aiming to see what the daily open's gonna bring us. How heavily they're gonna be still to the upside, right? So far, it's up only. Make sure that you understand that correctly, right? This kind of formation of the bots we didn't have for a while. I was looking for it if I could find it, but something like this similar over here, but it's not accurate yet. So anyhow, right? We still can go higher. 4 hour, that's a different take. On the daily, this is what I'm kind of looking for retracement on it. Right, so that's set. We are into the bands, of course, and of course we have overlapping as well order books below us. So there's a lot of things below that's gonna hold us definitely, no matter it's the level order books, the bands, or either way the liquidity band, right? Why? We are getting seriously right now in the 20x's. If we're gonna do one more up, that's why I'm looking for it. That's why as well the fucking trend line that I hate to see on my chart. 124.5-ish area, that's 20x's takeout, and I'm not really even thinking we're gonna go in straight line to take the 10x's, right? It's been rarely that we've been there. It's still possible, I'm not saying it's not, but if you're gonna do a hold of weekly, then yes. But then what do? You take out the 100x's, you 20x's to the low side, to 50x's, and then we might even dip a little bit lower, grab a little bit more of them, and then you're gonna have a bigger bounce, right? Awesome. And that's already everything single is overlapping, right? This pocket already here, it starts to overlap quite heavily. I need to make that box a little bit. Let's say this, right? So this box starts to get overlapped already quite heavily. That's what I'm aiming for. And of course, what do we have it as well over here? It's your why it doesn't show? Anyhow, it's the point of control. Oh yeah, because I'm on daily. So that's your point of control, but I'm on 4 hours over here, right? This doesn't matter now. It's on 4 hour over here. So it's not nice and overlapping. That's what I'm aiming for as well, if we're gonna start to break down. If not, up it is, and then the next leg up, it's gonna be around each 1 or 22. Right? Grab the 20 axis. Awesome. So that's set. Not much to say. 4 hour, how do we look like? Yeah. We did one more leg up. Still. Interest going a little bit lower. Momentum still there. We had a reversal already. Trend change. Negative money outflow. But we did. Oh yeah, we are fucking diverging by the way as fuck. So that's set as well. We might do a small correction on that one. So yeah, keep that in mind. If we start to go and break the 4 hour-ish level below of around the daily, then we still can do this, right? Or either way, sideways movements, like we've been freaking doing this for ages. They love to do that. Try to do one more leg. All fine and to do. But yeah, break anything below the daily or ish 116, 17-ish area, depends it's daily or 4 hour. And then we might go to 111 for retest. Deeper, weekly, and much more deeper than go to 105-ish area. Right? So that's on the that's on Bitty. Major foot bring market down to close under the stars. Could be, yeah. If you look at that, yeah, I agree with you, Plumbus. Yeah, could see that happening. So yeah, let's see. I'm wondering. I was waiting for the weekly open, and then I'm doing my TA on that one perspective, like what's my happening. Because right now it's just prediction and see what we're gonna bring in the weekly. Because still, if we're gonna open up this consent again, right, we can still do one more leg. Why? Technically, we did it over here as well. Straight out, we didn't do much sideways. Right, one leg, this, we can do this. But then, of course, if you're gonna do that, there's much more chance that this is gonna happen, right? And maybe even deeper correction on it as well. So, and looking at the structure wise, how we forming it, I'm seriously like aiming a little bit more. But we are somewhere over here-ish area, right? We're kind of doing this. We are this sideways bit bigger on it. Right now we are in the second leg up on it and do one more, retrace, one more, and then diverge as fuck on every single thing. Where's my wave master? Oh no. So doing kind of this area, right? Diverge completely and then break down one more leg, and then that's your last Bitcoin movement on it, right? What we're gonna do. So I don't know. I'm looking something for it. So technically, this sideways, this sideways, and then retrace, right? Or break, whatever, and then that's your last one. I don't know. Still 6 months to go, so a lot can happen in it. Either way, we're gonna go straight high to 130, 40-ish, 50-ish, whatever area that everyone is predicting, or everyone was hoping to see 500 on the Bitcoin, but I'm not really that kind of what to call stupid. I'm taking it step by step, right? We barely reach 120, so there's no point to talk about 140 or 150 area yet. Till we're gonna regain any kind of 130-ish area. So, oh yeah, that was as well the reason that aiming. If we're gonna see any bigger retracements, so 123-ish area, that's the FIB that has been pulled. So that's why I was aiming for to do something like this, right? Maybe one more, then go. Oh yeah, time will tell, of course. But that's a little bit on Bitcoin. Now, let's have a look on Hype, what we're doing. That's going to be even more interesting, I guess. Yeah, happy days, all-time high, it is. So great stuff as well. Great area to take profit. Either way, you're going to do some small TPs or high, I don't care. But it is a good area to take TP. Especially, what? Let me do it over here. Don't mind the lines or the levels, I don't care. Yes, 52 still can be in place, but before that we can do either more retracement, either Bitcoin's gonna do. All depends, because if Bitcoin's gonna go do a pullback, then Hype's gonna follow as well. Not that one of the other is gonna go first, but still aiming to go a little bit higher on it. If not, then yeah, this is kind of the area that I want to see any pullback. Either way, it's gonna be full or not, I don't care. I don't see any kind of potential to go either way to 34-ish area anymore. So we're gonna hold it, especially with this clouded level and the structure we built on it. This has been quite heavily hold. So 39, I'm even aiming we're gonna go around 40 if we're gonna see retracement. And that's gonna be the biggest retracement so far. What we're gonna do on Hype, and then another leg up. Yeah, definitely. So technically, what I'm looking at right now is that we're doing this. This movement over here with this build up a little bit bigger. So yeah, still incoming that we're gonna grind it higher. That still is possible to do this, right? Hype, something like that, and then do the major move if Bitcoin start to turn around. But yeah, great stuff. Nothing to say about it. Still good. Happy about it, and yeah, I took some major profits, and my levels are around this area set up already. Yeah, great stuff, I guess. I hope everyone is on it. Took some profits. Make some money. Liquidity wise, we still, that's why I'm aiming for a 16 area, 16.6, just because that's the 20x. So to take that one more leg, if Bitcoin start to do that as well, yeah, definitely in place. Retracement, like I said, either way 40-ish area. That's you're gonna do exactly the same what you are doing right now. Take the 150, 150 and 20 and the 10. It's gonna be a little bit lower, but that's not gonna be the major one. And then do another leg, right? So yeah, that's why I'm aiming at that area. Quite fit as well with the FIBs. I don't know why this is on. Sometimes it freaking resets. Grinding inside the band, and especially right now, if you're gonna go and turn around, still possible to go higher because of the daily. Because of this, and it's not been retested, and only this been retested. So that's why I'm not aiming that we're gonna go that low on it. But hey, time will tell with Bitcoin. So yeah, bands are going heavily in higher. It's been last time June 22 that we saw that heavy build up on the bands. So yeah, good to see it back. That means as well pressure from the upside to go a little bit lower as well. Oh yeah, interesting stuff. Definitely to see how we're gonna trend it up. Volume wise as well, quite nice to see that we took all of it, and there is a small gap, of course, same as Bitcoin, of volume in between the 44-ish and 40 area. Yeah, and then of course on the 4 hour we have the point of control of about 37. That's why I'm not aiming that we're gonna go there, because still this will hold either way. We're gonna go do one more leg, and then we're gonna start to break into that. So that's it. Nice place to take TP. Coming lower around this 40 area. Best place to long the shit out of it if you not start to break anything on Bitcoin, right? So make sure you keep those two together in check always. Right, next one, injective. Broke the structure. Will be yeah, the range, technically not the structure but the range. We broke out from it. Let's see if we gonna come back to Q3 for another major leg up. If not, then freaking hell, go. And I'm not even aiming for 14 but 50 area to break that and have a major move. That would be great, because then my longs gonna be really happy about it. And I wish to that I laddered in a little bit more on that, but I didn't. I wasn't around that moment, but yeah, it is what it is. So far, great stuff. And let's see if we're gonna go higher. Purr. Lovely purr. Doing actually kind of the same structure than yeah, technically are quite similar to each other. So still broke the structure by a little bit, and we still can go higher on it. We still have some major room to run on it on the daily. So great stuff. Yearly retrace to Q3 and then go full. That's what I'm aiming for. So Solana, great freaking stuff. We went literally into the bot that I was aiming for to take the TP. I'm almost full out from this freaking position. So now let's come back, retrace a little bit, and then I'm gonna load a little bit more on that one. And the daily have a reversal. So that's already a little bit concerning on Solana. That means we might see some retrace. But still, we had it over here as well as the first one, and then 3 more follow after that. Either way, 2 heavily on a higher position, and then it took a little bit longer to play it out. So we still can go higher on that one, right? That's one. Cookie, yeah, nice, really nice. Regain this whole freaking box. But we've been into it, holding weekly and May. That's great. Right now, I'm aiming to go to June, and you really need to have a gain on it to go higher. If you're gonna start to fail, then retest of this freaking area and off you go, right? That's what I am on Cookie. So that's party into the stupid pocket. So it plays out. I hope it's not gonna play out heavily. I really hope it's gonna be a small retrace on it already. So let's see if it's gonna regain anything above the 138. If that's happened, then again 2.4, it's on the place. I don't think this is gonna hold us because it's been tested already quite perfectly. That's happy days. And as well, once 1036 or 8, sorry, it's been tested as well. So any movement right now higher up, there's not much that's gonna hold us. So nice play of Fart. Nice preparation for the bigger move up. So be careful if you start to pull off on the daily, or either say on the 4 hour. Yeah, I hit it one. So still potential, but we still can go and retest the June. So we didn't been there yet after the low of the settled. That's gonna cool off the oscillator, and that's your major move up. Right? It's not much that's gonna hold you. So great freaking stuff on that one. Render, not much to say, still going higher, but we still didn't regain anything major on that one. Yeah, the range, but I'm considering more the 4.1. So if I'm not gonna see that regain, then nothing bigger happening on it. Grass, not much to say about it yet. Still, we're not gonna regain 104. Okay, Kaito, nice one. It's really holding. We did a higher high by a little bit, I guess, on it. And right now, I really want to see a regain of March. And then we're gonna play some bigger stuff. But Sui is a little bit more interesting in my opinion, just because it hit my TP on it as well. But I've been mentioning right now, if you're gonna hold March or December, whatever, one of those two, then yearly it is straight up. That's gonna be great. Oh, we have ends. Okay, that's a nice. I was looking at that one. Anyhow, really good regain of this freaking level. It was borderline of losing the shit out of it. So great stuff, and right, and as well, good recovery on the V bottom. So this hold on 17.6. So that's great. Right now, what you are aiming for is technically, I guess you are already into it. No, not yet. So make sure that you're gonna be prepared to take some profit on it, just because you are aiming for the very stupid fib, right? Just because of this failure of the whole structure. And as well, yeah, you lose this as well technically, but you recover quite heavily. But anyhow, you're still good, right? It doesn't mean that it's lost. So take profit in anyhow. It's going to be over here or in the pocket or a little bit higher against August, just because you still can do this, right? And do a bigger move. Why? Because this flip was quite significant to hold the structure higher. And if you start to lose this hip together with this support, then I'm not sure if that's going to recover. But yeah, this is what you are aiming for. Great stuff on it. Either way, take the high out, right? So if you close anything above the 25, great stuff. Take profits as well. Right, this is your take profit area as well on it. So yeah, good stuff. Great, I would say. But yeah, so far, oh yeah, H bar. Yeah, that was quite nice, explosive move. Great, good to see. Happens a lot on H bar, but right now you want to close a little bit higher than that on the daily. Why? Because you are literally retesting almost this whole hip on the daily. So you need to have a little bit more push to the higher to do some significant gains of this structure. Otherwise, you're gonna grind lower, right? And you don't want to lose this hip at all. It's great that you recover this whole structure over here, the range, but still, if you are not able to regain this hip, then you know what's gonna happen. Then you're gonna see something like this again, and do it again. You don't want that. Why? Because freaking H-bar is quite known to do that quite often, right? See, if we are doing this, this is this area over here, then explosive move, but it's gonna be grinding freaking higher, right? It doesn't go in one go. It's freaking grinding it. You're gonna see that, and it's perfect, and then you are happy. But still, dots, yeah, dot 26. You need to regain. Go either way higher on it on the H bar. So far, oh my god, yes. Fucking my DM was exploded about that. People want to prove me wrong. Anyhow, I don't give a shit. Still, you have major resistance above you. And a daily wise, oh, what funny. Look what happening. Oh, look where we've been. Fuckers. Anyhow. Yeah. Does it come to life? Nope. Why? Because that freaking coin just retest, did a bearish retest on the structure. Why is not my magnet to the T? Let me guess. Max is posting something in pro signals in the chat. AVAX. Perfect. Coming close to the take profit pocket, and I really want to see regain this shit. And either way, we're gonna fail over here. That's fine. Still, we're gonna hold this structure. That's all Gucci doing this. AVAX. That would be really nice. Yeah. What's this doing? Still potential. Yeah, this can go either way, higher. Yeah, really nice structure hold. Magnet. Perfect. This was really perfect. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah, this can go higher. Either way. TP, TP. And then the next one I will consider a bearish TP on over here. Stay. Oh, really nice. Regain. Cool. Cool stuff. All right. Anything else, guys? You want to look at it? What is this shitcoin doing? And go by all the aisles. Oh yeah. What's this doing? So far. Great. Great stuff. TP area, like I mentioned, and then the next one. Hey, there you have it. ADA, the nice pop. Okay, it regained this hip. That's good. I'm happy about that. Let's see if we can go a little bit higher. In a range. Oh. Yeah. Yes and no, but still, it will be really awesome if you can close it above the 0.25. That's your aim on the daily. You need to regain this and hold it. Otherwise, you're gonna retrace to yeah, technically, I really wish, yeah, a little bit lower. This you retrace. This was your flip, your SR flip. So retrace, not even close to that, but something like this, then go for it. Bring them up to the breakdown structure and monthly dump. Yeah, but then as well, like this, if you close above even way already by 0.25, right? That's your break of structure, technically. Because this hip, right, took you all the way to this over here. And yes, you didn't break anything on the daily wise, so that's good. You're holding it, so that's great. But still, you've been in a downtrend. It's there. So right now, this was your first hold. Now the regain of this hip change your character on it, right? If you start to hold this, right? This is your first break of structure right now, if that's gonna happen, right? So yeah, that's what you are aiming for. That's gonna be good. Yeah, and long the shit out of it if it's coming over here. Why? Because still, you can go either way. I mean, I'm always like cautious, but still, I will aim for this area, and then technically be safe and do this right as your TP, and everything what's gonna come above that, it's just extra, right? That's what you're aiming for. And then, yeah, technically, what you are looking at, like freaking out, that's 120, right? That's great. Should be your first TP, right? And then the rest, you run till you're gonna freaking reach this area. If not, then take something in between. I'm always a little bit cautious on alts. Why? Because they're getting shittier and shittier. And I mean, most of them are not even performing as what they used to do, right? So I'm not really have faith in them. That's why I'm cautious, and I'm always taking a little bit more TP. And to be honest with you guys, no one jumped out of the window of taking a little bit too much or too cautious of profit. So be aware of that as well, right? Make sure you are safe and set up your TPs. Don't know what's going on, but I'm thinking some allergies or something because I never sneeze and I never had so much issue with my breathing. Yeah, I know the project. I mean, I've been quite a lot along around the project, so I know that. But still, right? So the thing, the thing is about it, like either way, like yes, you have your history, right? You've been there, but you need to make sure. Okay, wait, which one is the biggest card what you can have with history on it? Is this the biggest one? Same shit. Anyhow, let's keep it on the Binance, right? Thing is, you need to make sure because, right? Make sure you see this as well. That's why I'm saying with it, I know the project, but still, either way, I'm waiting for you that you're gonna finish typing. Anyhow, what I want to say, like, not considering this, right, as all-time high, Sakuchi with, yeah, that's true. Anyhow, not considering this as your price action, but as this is your heavier or the highest price action so far, right? You need to regain that. So far, you didn't do it, right? So that's going to be your first regain. And look at the heaviest sell off over here already, right? So looking at the, that's okay, that's monthly, that's shouldn't be target are clear and for sure the best target. Yeah, but I want you to explain why they are there, right? So looking at the liquidity as well, like technically, yeah, you can regain all that shit and go even higher or whatever, right? Because when you're gonna do the levels, you're gonna see them more clearly, I guess. Yeah. So and that's on the daily, right? 4 hour, I'm not sure it's gonna be that heavily. Still loading. Oh, okay, fuck it. So right, all the liquidity is over here. Not much, it's over here. So anything what you're gonna do here is gonna be impulsive and aggressive way of getting there, right? Especially just because everything is tested on this side as well. You dive into. So that's why I'm saying, like, to regain this shit, you need to do some aggressive movement, and that's gonna happen. But people as well, like, not seeing this whole move is we broke literally by little bit the structure to the downside. So technically, this was your previous low. Okay, let me raise this. This was your low. This your high. This area was your lower low, right? If you go by structure only, then this is what you are kind of aiming for. So that's why I said be cautious with it and take your levels of TP quite often on it, right? So that's why, like, this is the first area. Somewhere over here should be the couple of the areas as well in between. And then the major one you just take over here. And if you're gonna have more left, then let it run. Then that's free. That's all. But freaking hell, from here already, you're doing 1.800% over move, right? So this is your major profit taken, and the rest what you're gonna have it, let it run if that's gonna happen. But like definitely 20%, another 20 or even 30% somewhere over here in the middle, and like another 20 over here, and the rest you run, right? But that's why I want to point you out. Like people most of the times forgot about that, just because locally you're focusing on this because there are the most and the biggest liquidity right now. So here you can grind it, right? But when you're gonna reach your high, what you're gonna do is it's gonna be aggressive. Oh, it's gonna be aggressive, right? Come over here. This is the grind, and then you have the aggressive move, right? Grind. What's happened after that? Aggressive. Make sure that you set up your levels or your limit orders on the exchange to take some TPs, because you might not even be around, or I mean around like on the chart, or be awake when that move is gonna happen. So make sure you just take the TPs on the exchange and you're gonna be safe, right? And just wait. Nothing else matters, right? Because right now there's not much to fail, just because we are still on all-time high and we didn't break anything major. And alt season still need to start. Yeah, we're doing some moves, but it's nothing comparing to the alt season that's gonna be fully in operation, right? Don't start, guys, to become FOMO or like worrying that you are freaking missing all of the stuff. Because yes, either way, we have these moves on H bar. Yeah, that's fine, but that's nothing that's gonna come up in the alt season yet, comparing to, right? So make sure you remember that there's much more to come yet. So yeah, that's my point of view on that one. Take it and do it whatever you want with it. Well, gonna be nice daily close and a weekly open. Yeah. Yes, and I guess 1 hour still. Yeah, it's going strong, and knowing our lovely stew, this is gonna be the next bullish point, right? Ah, sorry. Okay, let's do it proper. Technically, is this high, low, higher, high. 170, like I've been saying. Close anything below that, or even lower, then we might retrace. Great stuff. This as well. Nice. 50-ish. Good. I like it. We like it. Anything else, guys, you want to see on the ticker? Or indicators, perspective, point of views, whatever. Bits are coming into play. Okay. See? Got a small sell off. Stuff. Oh yeah. Anyhow, like I was been saying, so small recap. Hold, retest of the daily. Higher it is. Still potential to go like 2-3-ish%. I'm aiming for 122-ish, or either way 123 area for a maybe bigger correction retracement. If not, right, so something like this could happen, right? Still could do that. Still a chance to grab a little bit more liquidity above us. just by looking at the bands, not all the levels. Right, 20x is still above us, so there's still some more to take. If not, we're gonna grab a little bit lower and then bounce from it. Make sure that you're gonna watch out for the daily and weekly open, of course, just because we have the CME bigger gap below us from last week, and the one what we're gonna create today might be not that big, not that significant, but still, there is gonna be a one, definitely. So yeah. What you think of 1 inch? As in fundamentals or the behavior of the chart? 1 inch, Jesus, I didn't hear that in like ages already. Still a thing? Okay. So fall today by 10%. Both on the bottom. Also, in you hide it from here? That's great stuff, man. Jesus, this chart was always horrible. I mean, yeah, if you bought it somewhere over here, great stuff, man. If you saw all of it, H3, then yeah, it's good as well. You could hold like 5%. Good again early, normally not so good at holding full moves. Yeah, but if you are not good to hold the whole moves, like if you are not sure about it, take like 60% off the table. Like 60% profit is shitloads, right? And the rest you can let it run and do it like that, and then step by step, and use the history, right? You have the history for it. Like, bro, it's no point to like. Did you reach the top of this swing? Oh, there's still chance. Yes. Oscillator wise, not much, but still, it could, right? So use that as your profit taker area. Learn the structure. That's the most important. Secondary, what you are doing right now, it's great because you bearish retest this structure. So yeah, it was good that you took profit. I will leave a little bit on the table, but you still can retrace. And then the thing is, what you want to see is hold this hip, this structure, and do it this area over here. Why? We did it once again, right? Technically, this been exact the same structure what we are doing right now, right? Exact the same thing. Why bearish stupid fib? Because you didn't regain this hip and you lose this structure over here. Holding, very observant, not trading, looks the same for, yeah, exactly. So that's why. If it looks the same, it will do it again. And either way, it's, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it to hold like 10% from a coin or something. If you took already so much profit, then it's freaking great. And whatever, take it. Wait for the 3x. Yeah, that's, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. But that was last burn, and that's lit. Yeah, it could play out exact the same as well on most of the coins or some of them. Yeah, it could. Yeah, I agree with it. Yeah, yeah. The same investor running, profits and both a new one. Yeah, repeat it over and over. Yeah, exactly. But the same thing over here. Same, right? You can do exact the same thing. Either way, we still going lower, right? But God damn it, those moves are not something like 155%. Yeah, we can do it again. Like let it either way. This is not gonna break or whatever this range. But then, right, sell, buy, sell, buy. You can do it from 3 years. Like this is a range of 3 freaking years. If you're gonna do that exact the same thing in this channel, constantly, you make shitloads of money. Buy the lows. Like if it's spot, like buy the freaking lows and sell the closest high or mid high what you get. It's 50 or 100% either way, right? You need to be patient on it, but yeah. It with 1 inch, it plays off. I'm not sure we're gonna do this again on it, right? Just because of this freaking 4 years almost of price. It can, but yeah. If you are lucky enough to catch it, then fine. But if you play locally, then yeah, you can play the shit continuously. But you need to be patient. Exactly, you need to use common sense as well if you're choosing tokens. So 1H is safe to do this moves, right? Don't expect much from it. But like for example, if you're gonna choose BloFin, yeah, that's 50-50 if that's gonna pop off or not. Right? Why? There's not really a use case for it. And I just want to point out for some people, we are not either way from the lows, but a second low, 88% on the high, and we are freaking oversold on the daily already. So yeah, take it what it is. So yeah, that's a comparison. But still, great stuff, man, on it. And if you are good in catching long of bottoms, then that's great. What you can do, and that's just pure to confirmation, ask one of the mentors. Like, tell him, like, okay, I bought it somewhere over here. What will be a nice area to take TPs? Like, spread them, right? And most of the, I hope, mentors gonna say exact the same thing. And there you have it. If you have, if you want to a confirmation, and try to do that as well. Like, try to learn yourself. If you buy something and you know that's gonna be like around the low, then set up and try to learn to use. Let me get some chart. That is useful. Something like this, right? You have the history. The history mean that we will eventually go there, and we need to go there to go higher, right? So why don't you use the history on it? So what that means? Why this level here to take profit and a little bit lower? Because this hip took us to the low, right? We need to regain that to go higher. By doing that, regain or close it, where do we go? Where is the next hip? This, right? Or even higher, whatever, but it was a random place, but I was aiming for kind of this. And what I always do, I don't take the highs of it, but the lows, right? The bearish candles. Why? Because they're going to be always earlier to catch, and you are not sure if you're going to even get to the highs yet, right? So always front run it. Then, where is the next one, right? If you regain this, it's this. Where is the next one? Oh, look at that. Somewhere over here, right? So this is eyeballing, right? One of the first ones. So over here. And somehow already you are set if that's gonna pop off. And I don't need to say like you need to take all of it, but then like choose, I don't know, 10%, 20% and spread them through the whole chart. Because eventually what you're gonna do, okay, this is SUI, but still it's 60 fucking percent. And then you're gonna reach all-time high. After after the all-time high, it's just extra profit what you're gonna make. Right? Because max pain can go as well both ways, right? So right now, people are waiting for a retracement to fill up the bags, but we still can do this, right? In one go. So possible. So you're not going to be able to get into it. But if you are covered, you are already in, you are covered, you're taking on the way up the TPs, it's all fine. Profit is profit, no matter what. And yes, it could be bigger or more or whatever, but I mean, who's gonna know that? You always make sure that you are prepared for both situations. That's why I said, if you don't know, ask. If you already like knowing that you can catch the bottoms, that's good. That's perfect. That's fucking awesome. But then ask one of the mentors for like, yeah, where is the best area to take TP on that coin or whatever? What would you suggest me? Or how can I spot it? That's the way. But that's one of the ways, right? I like to use. That's how it makes my money more and more and more and more. So yeah, great stuff. Let's do the pop. Fucking hell. One more profit. Ooh. Oh yeah. That's. Is there anything change on the bits? Gonna have a look on that one, and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. No. So still we have the cool. Okay, I'm gonna bounce. Yeah, see you, man. No worries, man. Anything, then let us know. Yeah. So yeah, still 450 above us, so they didn't pull it. They stacked a little bit more, 121-ish area, so that's good. There is as well another area too, and if this gonna pop, when you know where we're gonna go straight, that's gonna be aggressive as well. If not, start failing anything, going like for this hip, 117, and we might even go 160 area, right? But then we start to break the structure. So that's why it's the reason why they make it easier. How do I go on it? Right, so there is a reason behind why they set up the bits like that. So, or we're gonna go higher from it, grab this, or we're gonna start to go lower. So this is the magnet to go lower, where it's placed below this area. So you break that area. Right, so then where you go next? Then the next magnet is over here. But if you're gonna close anything over here, what's gonna happen? There is your structure, right? There is your lowest hip. Start to create a lower low, right? Bounce from it because we might bounce it because we grabbed it or not. There is retest. There you go. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at those stuffs most of the times. Let's delete it, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Anyhow, thank you very much. Appreciate it, and I will see you next Wednesday. Make sure you keep an eye on the numbers coming in. Volatility on Monday. And yeah, let's hope we're gonna go higher. Either way, we might have a retracement and then full house and all in on this freaking hip over here. I don't care. Let's go. Make some fucking big money. Print that shit. See you later, guys. Thank you, and see you next week. Bye.